So it's currently Monday and it is quite late in the evening. It's about 7:30 right now. It's been a long couple of days. If you can't tell by the abrupt ending of my last video, I didn't manage to get any exercise done at the weekend. And if you can't tell by the state I'm in now, I am very tired. I have had two very bad night sleeps. Hi little man, you coming to be my cameraman again? Hey, yeah. Bye bye then. Little man, yeah, you. Little man is potentially going... You're not joining in this video. You're not allowed on my videos yet. Little man is potentially going through his sleep regressions. If you can't tell by the background noise. The last 3 nights he's woke up at around 4 in the morning. I think last night was 3:30. The night before was 4:30. I think the night before that was 4. So the last 3 nights he's woke up around 4 o'clock in the morning, which already wasn't easy. However, Saturday night, me and Jason decided to have a gaming night and a chill night and just have some time to ourselves now that little man is in a routine. And we ended up gaming until 2 AM in the morning. Big naughty on our part. Do not recommend when you have a baby. Do not game until 2 o'clock in the morning when you have a baby. They make you regret it. It's like, it's fun while it lasts, but you regret it in the morning. I couldn't get to sleep for the first hour. Like, we went to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep for the first hour. I finally did get to sleep. And then little man woke up at 4:30. So woke up with him at 4:30, fed him, changed him, all that good stuff. Got him settled back down just before 5:30. And then he started thrashing. Like thrashing. Because he's currently got a lot of dry skin on his head from the cradle cat where all his skin's growing back in. And I say growing back in, that sounds weird. But basically the cradle cap can get itchy once it's gone and starts de-shedding, and he's got quite a lot of dry skin on his forehead. Even though we put the medicated cream that's been prescribed by the doctor and everything on it, it still gets really dry. And so he does have a tendency to like scratch and maul it. But unfortunately when he does that, he also slams the bed. So you'll see him every night going bang, bang, bang. And my God, I cannot sleep through that. Because when he's scratching his face, he's also making this sort of noise. And we checked his nose, he's not got anything stuck in his nose. We clean out his nose to make sure that there's no like mucus up there so that that's not bothering him, and yet he still gets to a point each night where he starts thrashing around because he's just uncomfy because of how much his face is itching. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but he has also started teething. He is drooling like crazy at the moment, which apparently is the first sign that teething is incoming. So we don't know when that's going to happen, but we have a suspicion that it's already started, and that could be one of the reasons he started to get a bit uncomfy at night, because he's got all this pain in his face where his teeth are trying to come through, and he is numbing on us like crazy. We'll literally sit there and we'll go to pass him a toy, and instead he will go for our finger and just go and just numb on our finger for like half an hour at a time easily. Oh, he is such a big boy now. He is such a different baby from when we first brought him home. I was actually looking back through the photos not too long ago of his first photos, and I was looking at them going, yeah, he still looks like that now. And then as I scrolled through, I realised, oh no, he actually looks very different now. He's really come into his chubby cheeks. He's got really super chubby cheeks, and he's really come in. You can see the chubbiness has started to deflate, and he's got more of a round head now, and he's losing his neck flab as his neck gets stronger and his neck gets longer. He's not got as many rolls around his chin, but he definitely has my dewlap. Like, apparently this is apparently natural. This is au naturel for me apparently, because my son has it too and he's not exactly overweight. They can't be overweight at that age. Like below 6 months it's physically impossible for them to be overweight. But anyway, I'm rambling. Because he was thrashing like crazy, I couldn't sleep very well after that, so I think I only got maybe 2 hours sleep Saturday night. I was knackered all day Sunday. I tried to have a lie-in and it just wasn't happening. Jason brought little man downstairs and he was screaming and would not settle. So I ended up waking up anyway and coming downstairs. By the time I got downstairs, Jason had managed to settle him. attempted a chill day on Sunday so that we could just recover, and I tried to go for a nap, and then the birds started screaming, and then little man started screaming, and it was just a nightmare. So we thought, right, Sunday we will get to bed before midnight, and that way we can have a good night's sleep. It did not happen. We got to bed by midnight. We were both in bed by midnight, and very naughty mummy and daddy. Is he down?
He's self-soothing, so I've just put him on the bed while I'm trying to sort little things out, and he's just going.
So as usual.
So I might just try and put him down.
Go for it. If he's happy. As I was saying, we got to bed at midnight, and very naughty mummy and daddy stayed on our phones until 1 o'clock in the morning. Again, rookie mistake. Should have learnt from the lesson from the night before. Finally turned our phones off. Tried to get down. And once again, it took me a good half an hour to an hour to actually settle. Just as I was about to settle, little man starts thrashing again. And I mean thrashing. Bang, crash, wallet, bang, crash, wallet, bang. He was just going crazy in that crib. And he wasn't awake, he was asleep. But because he was itchy, he was and he was thrashing all over the place. Next thing you know, he starts screaming at 3 a.m. in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. So I get up with him, feed him, change him, all that good stuff, get him back down for about 4:30 in the morning. Think to myself, yes, he's down, I can get a couple of hours in now. And then at around, I definitely got at least an hour in at that point. And then around 5:30 in the morning, he starts thrashing again. And by this point, I'm just done. I am so tired because I can't sleep through the thrashing. Jason just about sleeps through the thrashing. I do not. I cannot physically sleep through the thrashing. So Jason got up with little man when he woke up at 8 o'clock, and I just had to sort of lie there through the thrashing, just waiting for it to stop. But Jason brought him downstairs, and I tried to go back to sleep and get some kind of sleep in. And then sure enough, little man started screaming downstairs, and then the birds started squeaking and trilling and squawking. Next thing you know, cause it's a absolutely gorgeous Monday morning, all the kids are outside going to school, making noise, making shouts and screams, and it was not happening. I was not getting any sleep this morning. So I've only had about 2 hours sleep Saturday night. And I've only had about 2 hours sleep last night, so I am beyond tired. I am absolutely shattered. My brain has not been working today. It has been very foggy, very inconsistent, let's put it that way. We're at the end of the day. As you heard, little man has just gone to bed. So me and Jason are going to try and get our exercises done because Jason hasn't trained for quite a while, and I've need to get my training off to a good start this week. So the plan for tonight is do our Tom Morrison SMM mobility training, and then if I have the energy, and it's a big if, because we've already been on a walk today, so we've already done a bit of cardio. But if I have the energy, hopefully do a bit of calisthenics after the Tom Morrison stuff. If not, just do some stretching just to try and help the back and the hips because they've been really achy. My arthritis is still calming down. It's a lot better. I'm a lot less stiff now, and I'm in a lot less pain, and it doesn't really hurt to get up and down anymore. But my knees, my elbows, and my wrists especially, my God, it hurts. If I hold them in one position for too long, they lock in place. And I do mean lock in place. So I really need to do some mobility and get some movement and get some fluid going through these joints. So that is the plan. We are going to do some Tom Morrison mobility, and then I need to finish video editing, or I need to get some more video editing done because I am determined not to fall behind again. There we go, that is me done for the night. I am actually really proud of tonight. I very nearly skipped it and just decided it's a video edit instead. I didn't, I pushed through and got my exercises done. Jason was a really big motivator because he was doing his exercises as well. And I tried to say to him like, oh, do you want me to do mine first, then you do yours? Because we might need to share the mat sort of thing. And he said, no, let's just do it at the same time. Whenever you're doing exercises that need the mat, you use the mat. And whenever I need exercises to use the mat, I'll use the mat. I'm like, okay, yeah, that works. And it did. It certainly got me, or forced me to actually get my exercises done and not have an excuse to say, oh, it's too late. So I've got my exercises done and I was so happy to see that I've actually made progress. I have genuinely made progress. It's not obvious progress, or at least it might not be obvious straight away, but to me it is obvious. I'm still quite stiff. I'm still in quite a lot of pain in my joints, but it's nowhere near to the level it was. The progress I'm referring to is actually in some of the exercises. For example, when I did the side stretches, which I didn't record on this occasion because again, it's a paid for program, so I don't record all the exercises, I just record bits and bobs. But when I did the side stretches, usually I can only do 5, or in the last few weeks I've only been able to do 5, and today I managed 8 on both sides and I was able to stretch just a little bit further. With the lunges where my elbows are back, I was actually able to get my knee down to the floor and get back up again with difficulty, but I was able to get my knee down to the floor. I have not been able to do that since I gave birth. It has been, do you know what, I say since I gave birth, since my flare-up started and the arthritis really kicked in. Although technically it has been since birth, considering I've not really done the mobility program since I gave birth to little man. But I finally got my knee down to the floor and got back up again. That is a huge achievement because I have been finding it really difficult to get my knee down to the floor and back up again. So that's a huge progress marker already. It was slightly easier to get my knee up off the floor in the deep lunge rotation. Still not great, and my twist is still not any better, but I was able to get my knee up slightly more comfortably, which is a huge win. With my push-ups, I did push-ups in the kitchen up against the surface, so elevated push-ups I did today, and I did 15 elevated push-ups. Usually I go to 10 and then leave it at there. I think I started at 5 and then I upped it to 8 and then I upped it to 10, and today I did 15, which is a huge progress jump. And with the tricep dips, I'm still really struggling with my tricep dips because I don't train them nearly often enough. Again, I started with 5, I worked it up to 8, I then did 10, and today I did 12, which is again a huge progress marker. With my, what are they called? Scapular pulls. With my scapular pulls, I made progress. It was easier. I felt myself go higher. It wasn't quite as strainful, and I could definitely feel the engagement a bit better. And I was able to do, was it 2 sets or 3 sets of 5? I either did 2 sets or 3 sets of 5. 3 sets, thank you, Jace. I did 3 sets of 5 on the scapular pulls, which again is huge progress. Usually I can only do 1 set of 5. So the fact that I did 5 really, really strong ones to start with and then managed to do 2 more sets is huge. And because I was feeling really good and really positive and really progressful, I decided to also work my shoulders and my arms ready for L-sits when I eventually try L-sits. I am nowhere near ready to even attempt L-sits yet. I am still right at the very, 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 very bottom of calisthenics training and fitness training. But I decided to give it a go, and it was nice to be able to hold my body weight in that push position again. I have tried. I don't think I've recorded it, but I have tried to hold that kind of position since giving birth, and I have not been able to physically do it. I do not have the strength and energy in my arms, especially since the colitis flare. However, I was able to do it. I held it for 5 seconds twice, which is huge. I have not been able to do that in so long, so long, at least since the start of the year. In fact, probably since the start of the 3rd trimester, I've not been able to push and hold myself like that. So I am so happy. So much progress has been made today, which is, I'm so glad. I'm so glad Jason convinced me to actually do some exercise tonight, because I wouldn't have seen that progress. I wouldn't have seen that jump if it wasn't for that, and I am so happy, so happy. So I am going to go get something to eat now because I am starving. I'm going to have a drink because I really need to hydrate. I am a little dehydrated. We are going to get on tomorrow. I was hoping to get a run done tomorrow, but it depends on how busy we are because I do have my BSL class in the evening, And I believe we do have to go somewhere tomorrow. What was it we were planning to do tomorrow? We were planning something. We were definitely talking about doing something tomorrow. Going out somewhere to get something or something around those lines. Can't remember. Therefore, it's not important. But...
Oh, that was, yeah, stuff for the pizza.
Oh yeah, ingredients.
The bits we forgot to do today, basically.
The bits we forgot today, yeah. So I was hoping to do a run, so depending on how Jason's feeling, I might suggest a run to the shops and back.
I need to run as well.
You need to run a lot further than me though. You need to do like what, 6-7k?
Only 3.6 kilometres.
Only 3.6? Oh sweet. Well,
I'm only aiming for a 10k at the moment, not so.
this is true. We're not trying to kill ourselves anymore. I'm just trying to get back up to 5k. I know it's a k to the shops and a k back. I might try and have a run to the shops with little man, or Jason can go off on his own run and meet us there and then catch up back out. Because, in fact, what you can do is something I used to do with my running buddies, which is I run at my pace, you run ahead and then run back and then run ahead and then run back and then run ahead and then run back a little bit, because then you cover more distance but we're still going to the same destination sort of thing. Potentially have a run to the shops and back tomorrow, which would be fun. Cannot guarantee that right now. It depends on how good of sleep I get tonight, because if little man keeps me awake all night again tonight, I might not be conscious in the morning, but we'll see. Today was a good day. Minus the sleep deprivation and lack of sleep, this was a good session, and I am finally starting to see progress